From NBC News, this is Today.
We're back at 9 minutes after 8. There seems to be no end from the fallout of that scathing voicemail that actor Alec Baldwin left for his 11-year-old daughter. In a TV interview on Wednesday, this according to the Associated Press, Baldwin says he's asked to quit his role on NBC's 30 Rock so he can now focus on the issue of, quote, parental alienation, end quote. Baldwin reportedly said, if I never acted again, I couldn't care less. But in a statement, NBC calls Baldwin an important part of the show and says it looks forward to having him continue. Meanwhile, the story has parents everywhere talking.
Hey, I want to tell you something, okay? Once again, I've made an ass of myself trying to get you a phone to call you at a specific time.
In many ways, this voicemail message from 30 Rock star Alec Baldwin to his 11-year-old daughter has divided the nation.
I'm going to let you know just how I feel about what a rude little pig you really are. You are a rude, thoughtless little pig, okay?
I thought it was pretty ridiculous considering that his daughter's like 12 years old. Calling her a pig and all that kind of stuff is not very supportive of a father.
But other parents sympathize with Baldwin, a father caught on tape in anger trying to discipline his daughter.
You have insulted me for the last time. You have insulted me. You don't have the brains or the decency as a human being.
I'm sure everybody's had moments of, saying stuff they regret, and if we went around taping everybody, every parent's probably had those moments.
But some experts say he may have done irreparable damage to his daughter.
She will never recover from what her father said, and so publicly.
For his part, Baldwin's been mostly contrite, saying, quote, there's nothing wrong with being frustrated or angry about something. It's the way you do it. And as people often do in this world, I took it out on the wrong person because I'm unable, under the current dynamic, to address the other person. I realized that was wrong. The controversy has sparked discussion everywhere, and here at Today, we've been flooded with email. One anonymous woman said Baldwin's ex, Kim Basinger, bears the blame.
Where is the mother in all this? Wouldn't you think she'd make sure her daughter was there when a call was expected? I'm a woman, but in this case, I'm on Alex's side.
And many viewers have questioned why the voicemail was made public.
I think Alec was venting on his message to his daughter, and unfortunately, someone chose to air it all over the airwaves. I feel he should be left alone to handle this breakdown in communication with his daughter.
But public or private, experts say, sadly, this kind of anger is all too often part of divorce.
Unfortunately, what we've seen happen in this particular case, a Hollywood couple, happens in real couples, in their behind closed doors. It just doesn't reach the level of being so public.
Jeanine Pirro is a former district attorney and judge. Suzanne Bronicky is a clinical psychologist. And Jeffrey Leving is the author of Divorced Wars and founder of dadsrights.com. Good morning to all of you.
Good morning.
Boy, the emails have been pouring in here. And as we said in that piece, on both sides, blaming both people, all parties in this. Just briefly, 10 seconds each, what was your initial response when you heard this tape?
I was outraged as an attorney and as a father to see another dad so badly hurt, pushed over the edge because of alleged parental alienation. He's basically just trying to stain his daughter's life, and now she's being used as a tool against him.
All right, so he's on the dad's side, Alec's side here. Suzanne, what do you think?
My concern went right to Ireland, the daughter. How is this impacting her? What is she thinking? And how is this, affecting her long-term psychological functioning?
Jeanine?
I'm the last person who thinks personal phone calls should be made public, but at the same time, I was concerned about Ireland. But then when you look at the bigger picture, you realize that there's an agenda going on here, and when you parse it out, there's a real problem.
And there's also a lot we don't know.
Right.
And we haven't heard all these conversations between the daughter and the father, the father and the mother, so it's hard for us to really sit in judgment when we can't fill in the blanks.
But you know what, Matt? When you read her statement, the statement from the rep, Kim says basically, I didn't release it, but it's not sealed. And the translation of that is, even if I did, it wasn't a violation.
Okay.
It would have been all right.
What about lasting effects? We heard someone in the piece there, Suzanne, say this is going to irreparably damage this young lady. Hasn't she already been damaged by what's been going on over the last several years?
I mean, the marriage ended in 2000. It is 2007 now. The marriage ended at a critical time in her life. She was, between the ages of 3 and 5 when all of this was happening. And that's a critical time for parenting and attachment issues, and then to see it all in the media, all of this, contentious divorce issues.
You know
going
what jumps
on.
out to me? The system is broken. A custody battle shouldn't be allowed to go on this long. Some judge, you're a judge, should step in here and say, I don't care whether one of you is happy, the other's unhappy, I'm going to put an end to this.
Look, I've handled bitter custody battles, and here's the bottom line. You make sure that neither parent releases something like this, because I'm not sure if it's more harmful to her what Alex said to her, or the whoever released the tape and the impact that now she's being held up to public ridicule.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Releasing the tape is much more harmful than what Alex said. I'm a dad myself. I've said things to my own daughter I regret. If every father lost his relationship with his child because he lost his temper, every dad in America would have no contact with his child. But releasing that information and putting the child in the middle of the conflict is outrageous, because we have to focus on the rights of that child.
When you go to court, though, don't you ask a judge to seal the record so that these documents are not released and not made public?
Oh, in this type of case, I definitely would have done that. And also, if this was released in violation of a court order, as an attorney, I'd be seeking jail time.
Yeah, but sealed or unsealed, that's treating the symptom.
It's
the disease
still
started years
I mean,
ago.
let's go back to what you were saying about whoever released this. I mean, if it was Kim, that's, you know, here's a whole other side with the mom contributing to this, just as they both have a part in this.
Well,
They've
there's no
both
love
been
lost
arguing.
here. There's no question about that.
And as a judge, what you do is you put Kim under oath. That's what I would do, and find out if she gave anyone permission to leak those tapes.
We're talking about this because Alec Baldwin and Kim Basinger are public figures. They're very well-known celebrities. I guess the question is, how often does this type of thing get to this situation?
All the time.
It happens every day
with Joe
in
and Mary
America.
Smith.
Yes.
Well, it
But there isn't
happens
as much
every day in
interest.
courts throughout America.
But again, it begs the question of, are we handling these types of divorces and custody fights the correct way in this country?
Well, if the issue is the parental alienation, then what the court has to do is monitor it even closer to make sure that, you know, the mother isn't keeping this child from receiving or accepting the calls. And by the way, she is being held and charged with contempt for interfering with the child's relationship with the father. 12 contempt citations. The judge has to act on those.
And bottom line, though, if you're in the middle of one of these, embroiled in this nasty fight, which they have for a long time, Alec Baldwin had to know he was leaving a message on a recording device, and that the chances of this getting out were pretty high.
Exactly, but he was pushed to the edge, and if I was his attorney, I would have had him in anger management counseling a long time ago, because any dad being pushed to the edge and facing the loss of his child is going to be pretty angry.
Well, I think both parents need parenting. Most parents in divorce situations would benefit from getting parenting and getting support through a divorce. It's an ongoing trauma. It's not a one-time event. It is ongoing, and it affects the children every day, and it affects the parents.
To be continued. Folks, thanks very much.
Thank
Nice
you.
to have you all here.